Hey, it's Denver, and today we are doing a little get to know me video. I haven't formally done one, so I thought, it's time. It's gonna be me and the one plant in our apartment. I'm gonna start with the basics, which is my name. It's Call Me Denver, and how did I get that DJ alias? Obviously, that's not my real name, but that's a little secret. I got this DJ name because I was watching a show on Netflix called Money Heist. That's the English title. I think it's La Casa de Papel in Spanish. And everybody there had city names as their aliases, so like Tokyo, Berlin, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let me just pick Denver. It's not because I like the character. I was like, oh, it's kind of cool, kind of similar. I like it. And that's it, and it kind of stuck, and I could get Call Me Denver on almost every platform, so I think that was also a key part to it. And it's really easy when people are asking, what's your handle, like where can I find you? Just Call Me Denver. No crazy numbers, no missing vowels. It's just very, very easy, which I really like. How old am I? I'm 29 and I'm a Sagittarius. Now, I don't really believe in horoscopes, but do I seem like a Sagittarius? Let me know. Originally, I am from a small town in Canada. It's near Toronto, kind of on the edge of the Greater Toronto area. And right now I'm in the Bay Area near San Francisco. I am also Vietnamese. That's where my parents are from. I think there's also a little bit of Chinese ancestry as well, but culturally I'm Vietnamese Canadian, I would say, and I do speak Vietnamese in the southern dialect, Chào bạn. Not very well though, so it's definitely giving I'm in elementary school, but that's okay. I feel like I get to communicate with my parents in Vietnamese and I can get around, so I feel like I'm pretty happy with that. Am I an introvert or an extrovert? I think most people are gonna say extrovert 100%, like no doubt in their mind about me, and I get that, but I grew up quite shy. And I still recharge by being alone. And I'm also an only child, so being alone for me is not like super hard. I would say I'm a very outgoing introvert. I like seeing people, but I also need to recharge alone. A common question people ask me often is, how did I get into DJing? And I got into DJing because I wanted a hobby while I was in my sales job. And truly it was just that. I was like, I am so boring. I don't have any hobbies. When people ask me, when you go to like networking events or mixers, and they're like, what do you do in your free time? And I was like, I don't do anything. So I was like, okay, I need to like figure that out. And like, what makes me happy? And like, at the time, I really like going to shows. I really like electronic dance music. And at the time, I think I was watching like a Zed set, and I was like, oh my god, that looks so cool. Like, I wish I could be a DJ. Okay, that's my hobby. Let me start DJing. So I went on YouTube, was like, how to DJ, watched a bunch of like virtual DJ tutorials, and then I was wild because I decided to send it and get a mid-tier controller at the time, which is my DDJ SR2 here. It was $1,000. It was like the most money I've ever spent on a hobby, but I don't know, something in my head was like, you want to do this, and I think it worked out. I still have it still works, and I am still doing it. When I'm at open decks, people like to ask me like, who are my favorite artists or just out and about, and electronically I would say I have a lot of inspiration from like Zed, especially his old electro house stuff. True Colors was such a big album for me. Clarity, I feel like huge impact in my love of electronic music. Clarity, and also like Tiesto's EDM pop days were kind of just like my entryway in. I also love Disclosure, Porter Robinson, Madeon. Outside of dance music, I really like Bruno Mars, I like Mac Miller, I like Lady Gaga. I like how she integrates kind of the pop and electronic side of music. I also really like Ariana Grande's songwriting and some of her older music. Sabrina Carpenter. My current taste in music, I would say my current taste in music is still house music, kind of funky. I'm actually going back a little into my like electro house days, and I think that's what I want to explore probably within this year. I think last year was a lot of like my disco and funk influences, and this year I want to lean at least a little into the electro house that I really loved growing up. My comfort TV show is so basic, but it is The Office. I know it's millennial, I know, and it's like some of the jokes are definitely outdated for sure. I used to be the person who's like, oh my god, everyone loves The Office, here we go. And you know what, I got into it and I'm one of those people. So yeah, my comfort TV show is definitely The Office, and I also love the Real Housewives franchise. So those are my two comfort shows. My favorite color is blue. I'm wearing it. I love blue. There are so many different shades of blue, and I think blue gets kind of a bad rap because it's like sad and stuff, but I don't know, I've always enjoyed blue. I like pink as well. I like a lot of different colors, but blue is just my go-to. My favorite bubble tea order is I love a roasted milk tea. Anything roasted, and 50% sugar, usually normal ice and tapioca pearls, or coffee jelly. Sometimes I like grass. My favorite snack of all time is definitely chips. I'm a salty over sweet kind of girl. I love Ruffles, all dressed, which is a Canadian thing. I can't get it here, which is kind of sad. But I love sour cream and onion, which I can't get in America, so I'm pretty excited about that. And I just love the crunch of chips. I love anything with a nice crunch, like French fries, waffles, just anything with a little snap when you bite it. Got this question from Instagram. What is my pet peeve? And you know what my pet peeve is these days? My pet peeve is when people message me and I message back and then they don't message me. I'm like, you message first. And I'm trying to be nice and I want to engage, and I'm not even trying to be nice, I'm just engaging, you know, in the conversation that you started, but they don't message back, and that's such a pet peeve of mine. Like, hello? You messaged me. What is one of the biggest life lessons I've learned, and this is not about music, it's just more about life, is like how to listen to your gut. Because I was not really in tune. I guess I always kind of knew what my gut was saying, but I didn't really understand how to listen to it and like really act on that. And I think you have to train yourself to really listen to what your gut is saying. And there's that whole movement that happened, I can't remember, it was like a big blog post, maybe it was like 10 years ago, it was a long time ago. It was like, if it's not a F yeah, it's a F no. And that has honestly been a really great thing to live by. Like, oftentimes you're kind of in the middle, and usually that's not a great place to be. You know, life is more complicated than that, and there are gray areas for sure, but if you're feeling like kind of maybe, kind of no, it's probably a no. That's how I feel about it, and that's been a really big life lesson, is using both my gut and that framework in making decisions in my life, because you don't get to live until tomorrow. So this sounds kind of bad, but I always think about it like, if I die soon, would I be happy with the decisions I made? And that's how I usually live my life. And that's because, you know, unfortunately I've had people in my life pass away in my 20s, and that has really shaped how I move throughout the world now, because I don't want to be doing anything for too long that I hate. Like, I was like, okay, these people aren't really like amazing, but like, you know, they're my friends. The people you hang around with really shape who you are, and I think that's really important. And I'm not sure I could have learned that lesson faster. I mean, I guess that's what your 20s are about, is just like learning them in real time. I would definitely reevaluate if you have people in your life that feel like are sucking the energy out of you, making you feel negative. What am I most proud of in my career so far? Obviously going to school, but I feel like that's an easy answer. That of course. But I think when I was streaming for the first time on Reddit and Twitch, I was building a community that I don't think I fully resonated with, and I definitely felt like they were I guess, imposing their ideas, and kind of, I was just like being very nice, and I was a little too nice. And I'm really proud. I'm gonna put you down for a second. I'm really proud that I rebuilt the community to people that are really nice, love music, and I feel like I could genuinely be like friends with them, versus the first time I had my community, I felt like I wasn't really connecting with them, and they were just like, do this, do this, do this. And I was like, oh my god, actually, no. And I basically like ghosted my own server. And then I reopened it up when the community kind of shifted over again, and people were just like really nice, really welcoming, great music taste. So I'm really proud that I didn't just keep going with the first community, and just because it was like growing, and I was like, oh, like cool, like people are interested. I was like, actually, no, I'm taking a step back. So I'm really proud of that. Okay, goals for this year. My goals for this year are definitely releasing music, exploring my sound so I can release some music, and I think working towards an EP for 2026. And ultimately, I want to be on tour or play a couple of shows, like my own shows, and I'm really excited to be working towards that. My YouTube channel, I'll continue. I really love my YouTube channel. I'm gonna continue to work on it and hopefully get monetized. We are almost there. Not really, we're almost halfway there actually in terms of the watch hour time requirement that I need, but we are over halfway in terms of the first level, which is I can have people subscribe to my channel or leave donations, so that's pretty exciting. And yeah, I miss streaming, I miss talking to you guys and getting to know everybody. I feel like streaming's really nice in that way because you can be so personal and you get to see the same people same time every week, which is really cool, and you don't get to do that on a lot of other platforms. But you know, upon reflection, you do need to stream a lot of hours on Twitch to be successful, and I don't think that's something that I can do without, you know, sacrificing other parts of my creative life. And yeah, I will stick to YouTube, but I miss streaming, so hopefully I can stream a couple of times this year. And yeah, those are my goals. If you have any more questions for me, let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!